You fucking stupid bitch! This stupid fucking justice, all fucking righteous fucking
Heartbound is an internal early access clone of the hit game Undertale. Designed and developed, the drip videos Goyim roughly 21.5 minutes of playable content annually, starting from 2019. But how did I get these numbers? I finished a blind playthrough of the June 2025 build in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Assuming we ignore the Steam greenlight period starting from 2016 and everything else leading up to the early access release in late December 2018. Now, this video is supposed to be about Heartbound, but we could go into the deep lore of the developer Jason Thor Hall, better known as Maldavius Fig Tree, on his Second Life persona that sold virtual fursuits starting in 2006, and we absolutely will. Let's follow the money. For reference, the earliest exchange ratio between lindens and USD I could find was in a video dating back February of 2008 by this autistic man masquerading as a black woman.
It on our website.
At about 1,000 lindens to $4.06, each fursuit sold for about 800 lindens or $3.25. Adjusted for inflation data from 2008 to the present, this comes out to about $5 for every fursuit sold. Let's extrapolate. We'll assume that the CDC's 2025 report for autism rates to be retroactive based on the assumption that improved detection is the major contributing factor outside of extenuating arguments. I can't find data for the total player count of Second Life in 2008 alone, so we'll use a snapshot of their active average player count based on a defunct source from Wikipedia because I can't be fucked to research this. 1 out of 31, for an average player count of 38,000, comes out to about 1,226 autists rounded up. We'll assume each one bought one fursuit from Jason's store every month after their disability or unemployment check comes in. That comes out to about an annual yield grossing roughly $48,000 in 2008, or just shy of $73,000 today, adjusted for inflationary data. Not life-changing lottery money, but when you consider the product and the time, I can't help but think he must have been sitting pretty in the middle of the Great Recession.
Is he alright, Frank? Are you alright?
Don't try to stop me.
Oh, my God. Oh, so he's alive.
I lost all my money in a Ponzi scheme, Charlie. I'm broke.
I mentioned a fursona, more accurately a ferretsona. He hoards ferrets that he doesn't wash and turned his house into a piss in a shithole.
And I looked at and saw on the top of Beans' head this weird spot on his head. I was like, what the hell is that shit? And it was actually shit.
Now, I don't know anything about managing animal rescues, right? So I'll just show you the clips from the thread instead.
A lot of the problem with people who own ferrets is they give them baths. If you bathe your ferret, it will have an overproduction of oil and smell horrific. Because you just keep doing this, you wash it smells bad, you wash it again, it smells worse, you wash it again, it smells worse, and it's bad for their skin. Don't do that. You don't wash them. You don't bathe them. The only time you need to bathe them is if they like roll in poop or something, right? The other time that they smell really bad is when they have adrenal, which is a hormone overproduction disease, which is very common.
I remember going to the zoo during the summer as a kid, and when I think of the zoo, I think of the smell because I remember that's what hit me first. It's that miasma of shit on top of the sweltering heat. I remember thinking to myself, couldn't it be me while I'm staring at a monkey taking a shit? Yeah, I'm a city slicker at heart, I could never work there. So I'm pretty sure Jason is straight up nose blind, which is why he doesn't realize he's lying. He's like one of those frail old cat ladies. It doesn't matter how hard he tries to clean up after them. The piss and shit builds up in the carpeting, the base of the walls of the furniture. It's an inevitability because he's hard wrangling like 50 ferrets in an enclosed space. At some point, you literally have to rip out everything because there's no way a regular person doesn't walk in there and not physically recoil at the stench. It's disgusting. Oh, imagine the smell. Anyways, let's talk about the gnome. What gnome, you may ask? The one on kiwifarms.st under the uppercase I internet famous board, and find the Jason Thor Hall thread by Relinquish, navigate to page 263, and scroll down to Boing Boing's post. I would never, ever laugh at the fact that his former roommate found his terracotta terror just lying on the bathroom counter. Now, I'm not saying that he shoved that Home Depot garden gnome up his asshole right down to the hilt, which is why the shaft is significantly darker than the base. I would never do that. But I choose to believe we would be all the poorer for thinking otherwise. Am I forgetting anything?
Oh yeah, he loves cock. This kid. He can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, his kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
All jokes aside, banging a cub fur necrophile on the side and betraying the love of his life that he made vows to is insane behavior. No cat, for real, on God. Okay, well, riff on the game now, lest this video gets stricken down like Icarus. We wake up as Lore, who just suffered a head wound from his light switch exploding on him, and his dog, Baron, suddenly starts talking to him. Determined to get breakfast, Lore and Baron both leave only to run into his stepfather, who tells him to go take the trash out before closing the door to beat his mother. Heading down, they find some chow for Baron. Unbeknownst to our protagonist though, it's actually dented on the side he didn't check. Before leaving the house, Lore turns the stove on in the hopes of burning down the house. While outside, we grab the axe, but unfortunately for this game, we won't be splitting wigs. Lore heads behind the house to grab his cum sock that he threw out the window the other day when his mom walked in.
Why is your sock hard?
Huh?
Lore crawls back in the bed, and Baron lectures him in his dreams, telling him to pick himself up by the bootstraps. Lore wakes back up to an empty, junky crack den. But where's Baron? Lore heads into the woods following his faithful companion's trail. After passing some IQ tests, he stumbles into a clearing only to find a Discord pedophile. We're hit with a sudden revelation. Baron, dead from botulism. Lore buried him out here and has been a fugue state ever since.
Go to the bathroom! You're shitting yourself!
Having lost his only friend, he downloaded Discord on his phone and has been getting groomed in his juvenile attempts for attention and validation online. He accidentally phone booked himself in the process, allowing this unregistered sex offender to connect the dots and lure him out here. Even worse, he's forcing Lore to play Discord minigames with him. Trust me, this may look like a fight, but it isn't. The only real fight here is the pedophile fighting his urges. As an aside, this is the only time any remotely interesting gameplay happens. I'm being serious. There's only a couple other minigames and they all fucking suck. But, just in the nick of time, Lore's schizophrenic uncle blows the pedophile's brains out with his .38 Smith & Wesson revolver. He whisks Lore away to an isolated cabin in the woods, mysteriously host to a number of components used in the creation of improvised explosives. Lore is tasked with finding some updated yellow pages and is told that when this is all done, he'll get to meet his dog again. After some more IQ tests, you climb to claim your prize, only to realize this isn't what you're looking for. No, all this time, you've been tricked into reading a truth nude, and Lore realizes he's being a little bitch. Baron is dead and he keeps refusing to let go, and so we must venture forth into the Sierra Madre Casino. We're thrust into 3 set pieces, each representing Lore's journey and coming to terms with death, intertwined with making peace in other aspects of his life. Dear viewer, I made the mistake of taking the middle path first after taking a look at the left. Don't make my mistake. Or just don't play the game at all. We cope in Sneed in this chapter by reaching out to the people in the community around us to understand, cherish, and compromise with the idiosyncrasies that make us unique and obnoxious in our own little ways. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. It's just a romanticization of Maldavius' furry ERP escapades. After landing in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Lore passes out and only wakes up to realize he's in a new nightmare, where all the people have been replaced with shitty personas. Playing the knockout game of Discount Dan's Don Quixote, Lore receives a pocket watch that he must fully restore. But what'll be more important is the journey getting there. Don Quixote rushes into the mines to help Lore on this noble quest, but ends up finding a magical windmill down there that I couldn't. Instead, our boy is forced to suffer shitty Jungian psychoanalysis.
I'm like a fucking Jungian persona, a cancer at the back of the head, the demon that won't let you sleep at night.
Retrieving the MacGuffin, a third of the pocket watch is repaired, and Lore is sent on his way to the lesbian couple. We get some nice mementos to remember their resident retard by.
And happy birthday, Ethan. Love your dad, Jim.
Anyways, Lore is forced to facilitate this lesbian roleplay. Ugh, just think of the hairballs. In order to help the bottom in this relationship, we have to play a shitty egg-chasing minigame.
I've been in the gaming industry for about 20 years. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, then Amazon Game Studio.
In lieu of failing to grab lunch, they talk it out, with Lore convincing the tiger to be herself and confess her true feelings for the deer. And then everyone clapped. How does this help us find Baron? Next, Lore hits up his main man Mega Nerd and goes fishing. They end up Monkey Islanding a $500 fiberglass fishing rod right into the water. They both laugh, leave, and then the Mega Nerd puts the finishing touches on the pocket watch. Lore heads to the turtles and watches old people have old people arguments about the merits of adopting grandchildren of a different race than them. We suffered through a like 10-minute long conversation about it, and then the chapter just ends.
That's it?
Moving on, welcome to corporate hell. Even worse, you're the coffee boy. That's right, it's an entire hour of fetch quest. Shorter if you're not retarded. This section is dedicated to exploring the relationship between Lore and his parents, that being that they're rarely there, and if they are, they're gaslighting him. Anyways, the real important section here is the flavor text.
This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
Birthday and you missed it. You didn't call me. Neither did your brother. You guys both ignored me for my birthday.
The game mechanics in this section are so bare bones, it's not worth talking about. I wasn't kidding earlier when I said it's all fetch quests, just with like surface level jokes. It's not very cohesive, just kind of shuffle from one task to the next, which, if I'm being generous, is the point, because it's office work, but it's supposed to be a video game. In contrast to Animus, which was supposed to be really important to Jason, I wonder why. I'm getting the impression that this entire section is just forced satirization of an office job. I think it's meant to leave an impression that Jason also really hated working for the man, just like you or me. Like he was the modern day Atlas at Blizzard, but he's a Nepo baby man-child.
I was an intern in 2004 at Blizzard, and I got that job because of nepotism, because my dad, yeah.
After Jason vents about how much he hates his mom and wants her to fucking explode, and that his dad pays more attention to him instead of ignoring his gay loser son. Moving on.
Yeah, but there was never like, and he could probably tell you, I don't think I abused them in any way, shape, or form. Probably should have. Probably would have turned out better.
Hyperborea, Agartha, Niflheim.
That's it?
Heartbound's story starts off as a good basic premise that fails horribly in execution because it's written by a man whose greatest adversity in life is finding the willpower to scrub the shit off his own toilet and his own game. But this guy is too busy kissing his own ass so much because he's an egomaniac that thinks he's better than everyone. Personally, I sympathize because I'm also evil, gang, okay? I too go on our poverty finance and laugh at poor people. Nah, I'm joking, I'm broke too. No, I actually post images of real women. Now, I've never played Undertale, I was never molested, so I've been straight all my life. Thus, drawing comparisons between the two will be difficult. But we will need to, because Heartbound is not a real game. It has no immersion gameplay. Give me the gun. It has no aesthetic. It has no soul. It is abandonware, twisted by quirky dialogue and development delays into a crude mockery of an Earthbound clone. It's written from the perspective of that kid. To be fair, a lot of these games are written by that kid, but this is that kid on the playground who said his dad works for Blizzard. He loves to blow smoke up your ass to get you to do what he wants by faking everything from his voice to his aptitude. And you know what? I can do that too. Listen to the sound of my voice. Ooh, you will go to the gym. Ooh, you will take a shower. Ooh, you will wipe front to back. Oh, you're gonna take steps to better yourself. Oh. In summary, Heartbound tries to shoulder check you with all these allegories and metaphors while completely failing to hit the established emotional undertones concurrent with those because of its delivery.
Go fuck yourself!
Yeah, it's not finished, but I don't need to see Jason procrastinating to know that the end product's a piece of shit. It's a glorified walking simulator, not worth a penny when there are better ones out there that don't even charge a dime. Even then, Heartbound wasn't even worth playing for free. That said, when you tie in the thematic overtures of the game to the spectacle that is PiratedSoftware's career suicide, it is a very entertaining form of schadenfreude.
It's a long way down.
Missing cocky!
У меня река, только нет